So I've been thinking again about the last video that I made of how to go grocery shopping with your child, in which I gave a more structured solution. Because the more structure there is, the more your child can control their symptoms. They can predict what's going to happen, they know what is expected of them, and they know what the consequences are. However, there is another approach you can try, and you can use this opportunity to work on their skills. Because children with ADHD usually have a more rigid kind of thinking, and we want to help them think in a more flexible way, so we can kind of seize this opportunity. And in this case, again, we will discuss things before we go out shopping and say something like, Rachel, I've noticed that every time we go shopping, you always want to buy a lot more things than are on the list, and then it ends up with a big argument, or even you have this big meltdown. Any thoughts about this? And she may say something like, I know, it's so tempting. Every time I go to the supermarket, there's so many things I want to buy. It's really difficult for me. Or she may say something like, yes, it's so annoying. I want more things to be put on the list, and it's so unfair. Either way, the next step is to say something empathetic. Because if we wanted to think of a solution and kind of a flexible way of thinking of the situation, she first needs to feel that her feelings are understood and validated. And therefore, you can say something like, yes, it's really difficult to go to the supermarket. I know, it's so tempting. Or, it must be so frustrating for you that we can't buy everything that you want on the same day. After that, you can say something like, so what do you think? Is there any way that we can find a solution that will be good for both of us? Some sort of compromise. And again, it'll end in the same way as we did in the other video, where she can choose one or two things and she can't keep nagging about all the other things, otherwise you won't buy these one or two things that she chooses to buy. But the long-term result is that she learns that life is not kind of all or nothing, that she has more choices to respond to things. So it's not either feeling that if she doesn't buy everything that she wants at the same moment as she wants it, then it's just too terrible and it's going to end with a big meltdown. But there are solutions in the gray area. And like in most things in life, which is the goal of this exercise.